And we should be back. Hello. Hello, hello. It is morning. I'm a little bit tired. But I was supposed to stream when I was back from work. Around like 3. But I have a couple things to do. And I decided to switch things around in my schedule. So, here we are. I'm still waking up. Okay. I decided to go eat real quick. So, a little bit tired. I should be fine though. I should be fine. I'm currently switching things around on my computer before we start drawing. We are drawing Lycon from Zenless Zone, and I mean that's pretty much it. Yeah, we're gonna try drawing more ZZZ art or Zenless Zone Zero art. I don't know if we have time really to really do much else, but we'll see. I will have to end stream in about an hour, so this is gonna be a little bit of a quicker stream. For your con? Yeah, it's for the con. Also, hello. I think you told me to call you Chai, so I think. I'm still waking up, okay? I need to remember this, yes. I know I keep asking you this every time, and I know that I end up saying the same thing, but I think it's good to still ask. It's also because I just woke up, so it's good. Okay, so just putting on my glove before I start. Art fight? Probably not. I'm not really into art fight. I've heard about it. I've heard about art fight. But I don't really do it that often. There's no reason for me to. It's the one where you draw under like a certain time limit against someone, right? That's like the whole point is like it's kind of like game jams, but for art. That's how I'm viewing. That's how I've kind of made the similarity between the two. Yeah, just art training thing. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Probably. I'm not really a big fan of art fights. I always thought it was fun that other people did it, but for me, who has a kind of inconsistent schedule when it comes to drawing, and kind of like my need to ensure that I'm like drawing things. I've been told about this. Wait, first, let's everything's fixed on my end, so I'm gonna start changing screens. Oh man, not my pen dying. It's not dead, it's just my... This happens every time with my tablet now. I think I need to get a new cord for it. Where I have to like kind of plug it in because it forgets it's connected. So, but I've been told this by a lot of my friends where they've told me that I should draw for fun more than to draw just for, just because it's art. And yeah, they make a good point, very compelling even. I thought all the things you do is fun. No, it is fun, but it's like it doubles up, like it doubles up as I'm doing something else, Everything is always either comics, I'm always drawing comics, or I'm drawing art for the comics, or I'm drawing art for conventions because conventions exist, or I'm always drawing for, you know what I mean? Like, it's never purely for fun. It's not purely for fun, as much as I want it to be. which I do. I want it to be purely for fun at times, but sometimes it just doesn't, you know. Okay, I'll drink some water. I just drank some water as well, because it's how I wake up. I like to see you do more studies. That's the funny part, is that I don't usually do it. At least not traditionally. I'm one of those artists that kind of just draw whenever. I don't really know how to do an art study, if that's like kind of what you mean. I mean, I've considered it. I've tried. How I usually view doing this kind of stuff is like, oh, who's this OC? It's not an OC. It's actually a character from a game called Zenless Zone Zero. His name is Lycon. He's one of the heads of the Victoria Maid housekeeping services. It's a Hoyo game. He is a ice stun unit. He's pretty fun to play. So if you are interested, like in general, if you want to like play Zenless Zone, it's a fun game to get into. It's free. It's a Hoyoverse game, so if you're into Genshin Impact, you know, I like it. You know, I could walk you through it when the time comes. I mean, yeah, of course you can like walk me through it. I mean, like, the reason why I'm able to draw anything is just, I don't know, like, how do I say this without sounding, like, the majority of the things that I get good at drawing at, it's just like kind of, like, usually art studies is just repetition of like a new, you know, something new, right? So if I learn how to do something in particular, it's really only because, you know, it's only because I you know, I took the time to, I guess, draw it, right? You know, it looked like a, oh wait, this is loud music. I'm sorry for you guys. You guys were probably not hearing me correctly. Okay, back to what I was saying. Well, it looked like a new OC in your style. Yeah, it does. I mean, it kind of is my style. Lycon in general, this is what he looks like. So you can tell there's like some slight resemblance for his character. I kind of forgot to draw his tail, so I need to kind of do that real quick. Before I start like doing anything else. That's kind of what I forgot to do. Oops. I should probably draw that. I would draw that real quick. Because that's very important. But how I usually go about art studies is, like, I've seen people do art studies. One of my friends, artist friends, his name is Venom. You're gonna hear me name drop this guy a lot. I've been hanging out with that group a lot more. But he's done a lot of like art studies, and I've seen like his approach to it, and I think that's how, in my opinion, that's how a lot of artists usually do art studies. I think that's, so I'm kind of going off of that. I don't traditionally do that when learning something new in art. I kind of just draw it whenever I make something, like whenever I feel it's necessary to learn it. Looks like he's going to make a finishing move. Technically, yeah, Zenless Zone Zero is a beat 'em up. It's a beat 'em up, like hack and slash Zenless game. So a lot of the, like, I kind of do want to give him a bit of a pose. He does this a lot though. Yeah, makes it, yeah, I learn things whenever I need to, right? So whenever, the thing is, if I ever need to learn it, I learn it on the fly and I don't really study. That's what I mean. That's what I mean by like I don't study it traditionally. Like for example, um, like reasonably, I should probably fix some of this. There we go. Because it was a little bit dirty. Like the majority of this kind of stuff here that I'm drawing, I don't think I like particularly learned how to do it. It's like, oh gosh, I don't even know how to explain this. Uh, yeah, I just don't do art studies. A lot of the things I've learned to draw is whenever I draw something and I need to learn how to draw it, I kind of just do it. And if it's important enough in the style, I commit it to memory, or I commit it to muscle memory. Right? Like I make it like an active decision to remember it or whatever. But I've never tried to like do the thing where I like draw it repeatedly, you know? Or try to understand how it works in like a vacuum, like a training room, I guess. I'm learning that kind of stuff like on the fly. And if I don't like it, you know, obviously it will just naturally change. It's a double-edged sword because at times, the thing is, there's nothing for me that I want to get better at. I'll just get better at it eventually. I don't have a need to get better because I know I can get better after every drawing. Like, yeah, I don't know. There's always things to like improve on, and I can understand like not like I do have dissatisfaction when drawing certain things, but like when you're drawing webtoons, you know, I'm bound to draw things, kind of like over and over again. So I kind of just, you know, I'm okay with like panels not looking good or anything, because I'm just gonna draw like the same thing again later on, and so I eventually get better at it. And whenever I'm like watching, or whenever I'm like learning how to draw, like I guess anything really, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure. I don't know how I got good at drawing. Because naturally most people are like trusting that you will improve during the process. I mean, yeah. Like if I kind of draw something and I'm like, oh, if this doesn't look good, then I'll draw it a certain way, or I'll figure it out. Right? Like over time I'll like pick up on it just because I'm drawing it that much. Like for example, the seam lines. Like okay, so here's like something that I think works pretty well. Like the reason why hair, like how I drew hair or how I drew like tufts of hair, is that I've naturally learned that drawing stagnant fur or hair or whatever is less interesting than varying. And so I apply like this everywhere I go, as long like so it doesn't look weird. Like it has to go like, the only reason why I would do this, because they're all in the same direction, is because there's these little tufts of fur right here, and that his hair would naturally swoop up because that's part of his hairstyle. That's why it looks like it, right? Same thing with folds. Like I'm slowly learning over time like how values work with the folds. First, let me first let me do the tail, because his tail is kind of like, I'm gonna show you real quick like my thought process. Like I usually just how do I explain this? I don't know how to explain this. It is kind of what you said, where it's like trusting that I'll improve during the process. Right? Like, if it doesn't look good, I'll erase it and just go, okay, I'm not gonna do that again. But then if it looks good, I'll be like, okay, I'll keep doing that again. For example, these little like this right here, I don't think that looks good because it doesn't follow the fur. So I'll naturally just try something else before I eventually, like, this looks much better. Looks like it's sprouting. Like the fur is a part, you know, like an actual thing, you know, in the skin. This doesn't look good, so I'll just erase it. Like I'm constantly trial and erroring my art, which I guess makes sense. That's why I don't look at references as much as people like, as much as I should probably. Like, references are really good and I do use them, but I don't use them for like everything. I just kind of make a thing, and if it looks good, then I'll keep it. But if it doesn't look good, I'll change it. If that makes sense? I don't know if that makes sense. So long. Yeah, so long as it meets my vision. Yeah, pretty much. I also, like, I don't want to say, like, I don't see the... It seems very, what do you call it? Not inefficient, but unproductive for me to just do only art study when I could double up a drawing as that. So anytime I'm drawing, I always think that it's a... I always view it as, oh, I'm also gonna learn at the same time. You know? That's kind of how I view most of my drawings anyways. It's just... everything is technically everything's technically a art study, as long as I'm trying to learn per piece. Good morning, this is Lady Hibby. Hello, Hibby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. I found I learn faster if I can be exclusively study mode, but it's easy to be stuck in study mode. Yeah, maybe it's also like doubles as like me. How's live streaming YouTube side? You getting more people? I would say so. I wouldn't say more people, but I'm definitely getting a couple, you know. There are people on YouTube who watch me, so it looks like it's fine. I'm not sure. I don't really watch the view counts. So whenever people talk, I just kind of count how many people like talk per stream. I think it's pretty even, if anything. I get people who talk to me on my YouTube streams, on the YouTube side, and I also have people, you know, on Twitch who talk to me as well. I would say it's pretty even at the moment. There's like a solid, you know, there's some people who also just use both as well, like like Hibby. Hibby is a Paranoid Team, you know. She just changes from stream to stream whenever she feels like it. But back to like the studying thing. Maybe it's because I myself don't study, so I don't really see. Like I personally don't think I would effectively learn better by studying. Or maybe I would, I guess technically, like on paper, it just should be better. Okay, let me just... Like, for example, like this gradient thing that I'm doing, right? Like, the only reason why I know how to do this is because it works. That's it. I've seen it work on like my previous artworks, and so I'm like, okay, I'm not letting this go. um, and like that's pretty much it. That's the reason why. Let's see, yeah, just this entire thing. I don't know. I don't know if that like really makes sense. It's a fast way to give depth. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. So, like I've learned overall like how values should work. So, kind of just put that in. Obviously, like the thing is I'm not making super, like I wouldn't say detailed, but like super painted out pieces. I'm not trying to do that. I wonder if you'd like that Terminator effect. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's also why, by the way, that's also why, where you make the edge between your shadow and light a bit darker. Oh, yeah, yeah, no, I actually did that. What is it? Wait, where you make the edge between your, like this one? Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing with some of these. So, like, let's see. I'm trying to find the one. Technically, it's this one. Or some of these. Actually, I think I do the opposite effect, where the closer it gets to the light, the lighter it gets. Never mind. Like, you're thinking like this, right? Like, technically, it's basically the opposite of what I was doing. I don't think it's bad, so I might just keep it in there. But I think this one looks a little bit better. But back to what I was saying, right? Like that's also why, I don't know. That's why I don't know how any of the terms that you say, like that's why I don't get them, or not that I don't understand them, but like that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's why sometimes I don't understand certain phrases, and it's because I don't learn. Like I've heard of like so many different terms, and at this point I'm like, okay, I probably do it. Like probably. It's just I don't use them as often. I can understand the applications and like where they go for it, but wait, maybe I should just do this. There you go. There you go. That's honestly pretty good. I think overall, probably want to fade this out a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Like, just the difference in depth is crazy. Okay. And then I'm just gonna start doing, I would say colors, yeah, colors. So I'm just gonna take this, put it on this screen, and just start going from there. Most of this stuff, he usually just has like whitish ears with like the occasional like dark, I'd say like, yeah, like dark, I don't know, shadings? I don't know what to call it. That's like the best way that I can explain it though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this then. Ooh, I should probably check my laundry real quick. I think my laundry is done. I should probably check on that real quick. Because I do have to go to work afterwards, like after I do the stream. Damn, look at that steady hand. What do you mean steady hand? You mean the thing I... Okay, whatever. Thanks, I guess. That's also, like, I don't know. Okay, I'll be right back, and then we can talk about that real quick. I'm gonna just... get up. Alright. I guess, like, I'm like the complete opposite of that spectrum when it comes to, like, learning how to draw art. Like, there's definitely there's the people who, like, who draw it, who have to, like, kind of, like, really study, you know, to get down concepts. And there's the people who just kind of do it. I'm on, like, the extremity of, like, people who can do it, who just kind of do it. I do think it's a little bit of a double-edged sword. I think I still have to study, you know, like, I still study, like, I still do art studies, it's just not in the same way that some do it, you know? A lot of them are just like, you just gotta pow, boom, ka-chow, it kind of, yeah. That is unironically what I kind of do. It's weird. It's really weird because, wait, give me a second. Checking his hair. He does have the tufts of hair, like, only on, like, the edges. Similar to his, like, hair, or similar to his ears. Gotcha. Like, I kind of just take whatever I know, apply it, and then go from there. Like, I take very roundabout ways of getting the same effect, you know, just because I learned how to do it my own way. Articulating what you're doing is a whole nother skill. Articulating? What does that mean? Like, I know what you mean by I know what articulate means, I just don't know what you mean by, like, articulate drawing. I had to really pause to explain to someone how I draw within a box. Oh, yeah, gotcha. You mean, like, yeah. I guess, like, just explaining how I draw is a whole different thing. Because a lot of, like, how I learned how to do glow effects was low-key just me understanding the concept of how graffiti artists do it. I'm just like, or me understanding, like, I didn't have anyone explain to me how glows and lightning work. I kind of just figured how to do it on my own, which was a lot of trial and error, to be honest. But you can see where it clicks in while I was drawing Lantern, how I do, like, lightning effects. And it's a very easy, like, oh, you know, I figured out that, like, the lighting effect is actually just pure white, while how you notice the color is the surrounding, you know, it's the thing it's surrounding the white part. Pause. So you end up like, I don't know. Man, this picture looks fun to draw. I mean, it is. It's pretty fun. Like, this effect I'm doing right here, the only reason why I know how to do it is because I'm applying what I already know how to do. This is obviously not how you do this effect, but I'm doing it in the way that I'm familiar with, so it looks good. It looks like it's in my style because I'm using a technique that evolved from me drawing like this. Kind of the point. I'm surprised you aren't gradient these. There's no need to. In order to get, see, okay, so I can run you through this thought process. So in this, right, he has these very scratchy tips, right? So how I decided to get this effect, after seeing that it's like more hand-drawn and charcoaly, is that I have a blending tool that lets me make strokes with textures. So I'm like, oh, I can just apply what I know and just put on these tips instead. Like this over here, it's pretty close to what I'm doing with this, right? Would I say that it's not the exact same thing? No, it's not the same exact thing, but I'm able to still recreate the effect of like individual strokes on his like hair, in his hair. And I'm just gonna put like a red eye, very simple red eye. Just make it a little bit more red. Like that's like my idea. This character, it very much looks like your style. Yeah, I mean, kind of the point. It is kind of the point. Like it is my style. I just drew it my way. I don't really adhere. I wasn't trying to adhere to Zenless's style, but I wanted to make it look like the character, so I drew it how I would want to. This character is so ideal for edgy wolf girl fanatics. Oh no, absolutely. Lycon was like, there was a lot of like Lycon, you know, furry art out there, for sure. The thing is, like, the new characters have been kind of drowning him out because there's new furry characters. So not bad, you know, not complaining about it. I'm happy that like there's a lot of, I would say, representation. Like everyone gets to have fun. Everyone gets someone to simp over. Trigger is one of my favorite designs. Yeah, I like her overall design. I would say, yeah, I'd say Trigger is probably my favorite. I've also like learned over time how to draw like all the, I wouldn't say confusing, but that's kind of what it is. Yeah, the plated mask, love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so he really only has like the redness here. It's like a little ascot thing. I'm just gonna tone it back a bit, and then everything else should just be like a lighter version of this. So I'm just gonna run this. There's like suit. I don't know if the insides are different, so I'm gonna just make a mental note by doing this. Yeah, I was working on this a little bit last night. Kind of just finishing up like doing the main values. I didn't want to do coloring because my brain was, I was kind of dead inside last night. I was tired. I was just really tired last night. And just I didn't want to be bothered with doing any of this. I don't know what's happening here, so I'm just gonna look real quick. Okay, I see now. It's a double. I wonder why. No, I don't know. I don't know why. The thing is, Okay, so I'm about to reveal some very unsettling news for everyone. I don't want you guys to be worried about me in any sort of way. Um, just know that this was a conscious choice, and I did it because I was, I had to. I was forcing myself to. Um, I, I got like 1 hour of sleep. I fell asleep at like 8, maybe 7:30, I think. So yeah, I kind of didn't sleep. The thing is, I have a long day ahead of me, so it's gonna be kind of rough. But like obviously, I'm chugging along, so I think I'm fine. I'm definitely gonna be dead at work, that's for sure. Like they're gonna ask me like, "Hey, Yuki, what's wrong with you?" or whatever, and I'm just gonna be like, "I got 1 hour of sleep. I'm fucked." The thing is, I have a lot of friends who are telling me to take care of myself, and I don't like worrying them all too much. I was spending that entire night like I wouldn't say not drawing, but like I was spending that entire night uh not drawing. It was a mix of like drawing and playing Magic the Gathering Arena to keep myself awake. That was how I was able to work on this piece so late at night. Obviously, you guys can tell from my voice, I am pretty tired, but I wanted to get the stream like kind of done. I'm trying to be as consistent, I guess that's the best way to explain it. I want to keep to my schedule as best I can, right? I'm trying to form discipline once again. And like, if that means I can get this piece done in the next, I don't know, hour, then that would be kind of nice. I mean, I got something to eat and I have something to drink, so it's not like I'm running on fumes or anything, right? Well, the thing is, I technically did just wake up, right? I woke up 20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes before stream. Like the exact hours, like I technically slept for an hour and a half. I fell asleep at 7 a.m. I fell asleep, and then I woke up at 8:30. 8:45-ish, technically, yeah, 8:45-ish. And I don't know, I woke up at like 8:30, so I slept for an hour and a half. Woke up, got back into making sure everything is is settled for the stream, and then I of course sent out the announcements, hit the the stream button, and started drawing. So I would say, like I'm doing fine. I'll be fine. I don't do this often, for sure. I'm definitely passing out. I'm definitely gonna pass out later, like in the evening, because I can't do like two. I can't do two what do you call it, all-nighters in a row. I'm definitely gonna be passing out after I play D&D tonight. But like in return, I'm getting a bunch of this like art out right now, and I get a little bit of peace of mind knowing that I've finished like a piece or two. So Jesus, I did this once and I regretted it. I was so tired on the afternoon. Yeah, I know. I've done it before. I've done this a handful of times where I've essentially slept for less than like 2 hours, and then I went throughout the day, and then I crashed like the next day. Fully within, fully, I am aware of what I'm doing, and I know that in terms of like productivity, like it helps. Like I'm able to get this done at least. Oh wait, I totally forgot that Lygon has a bunch of these like straps on his tail. Ooh, I messed up a little bit. Okay. Okay, I can. I'm trying to figure out how I can. Okay, I'm just gonna have to erase all of this. End of the day, I have to erase. Ooh, that's not the one. I have to erase all of this. Okay. And then I just have to kind of just. How does Lycon's tails work? Let me check real quick. It seems like he has like a bunch of. It's like just all around his tail, and then he has a cross section here. Gotcha. Well, I understand. I get it now. So what I'm gonna do is have the cross section be here. And have it come from here. And then I'll have an extra come here. And then an extra one up here. And I think that should work for now. I think that should work. Like, so. I think that's the best way to try to do this. And then afterwards, he has a bunch of belt buckles on all of them, so I'm gonna start doing that. Let's just have the belt buckle be here. Yeah. Are we okay? My OP